Anybody who's in line now, and I'm about 15 minutes to 6 right now, is entitled to vote. Anybody who comes even a minute before 6 o'clock is entitled to vote.
There have not been enough paper ballots at a number of polls. We're hearing over a dozen at this point.
Again, we ask for everyone's patience and that they will be allowed to vote as long as they're in line.
Right now, we are hearing 19 places at this point. 19 places are still short paper ballot.
I just wanted to say, when I was in charge of elections, that didn't happen. And when the Lieutenant Governor Cayetano was in charge of elections, that didn't happen. And I'm sure if Lieutenant Governor Brian Schatz was in charge of elections tonight, it wouldn't happen. I think the Lieutenant Governor of the state of Hawaii should be in charge of elections again.
Because this is an email from the President of the United States to all of us who supported him right from the very beginning. It says, I'm about to go out and speak to the crowd here in Chicago, but I wanted to thank you first.
CivilBeat.com reporting that DeJoux trailing Hanabusa by 11 points.
Well, those are the polls that you saw. We saw our own polls. And our polls,
and what do they say?
He was ahead.
And with Caldwell, first time I think we've discussed hearing box jellyfish in an election. That's Hawaii politics, right?
So until every precinct closes, they won't report anything, and after the last precinct closes, it'll be another 45 minutes to an hour before we get results.
If this is an indication that the turnout is in fact high, we feel we have a better shot of winning.
I have just called President Obama to congratulate him on his victory. His supporters and his campaign also deserve congratulations.
We are greater than the sum of our individual ambitions, and we remain more than a collection of red states and blue states. We are and forever will be the United States of America. And together, with your help and God's grace, we will continue our journey forward and remind the world just why it is that we live in the greatest nation on earth. Thank you, America. God bless these United States.
These numbers just show the privilege of having earned the trust and confidence of people all across the state.
It is just the first printout, but you think the trend is pretty good?
It looks like we're going to have rail. There seems to be almost no doubt we're going to have a full funding grant agreement. We're going to be going straight ahead and enthusiastically, and I hope to have the check before the end of the year.
I am a two-term governor, retired. I've been through 9 elections. I'm 8-1 now. That's not too bad, is it?
He was really the only viable anti-rail candidate, and he had an enormous amount of political heft.
Mahalo nui loa to all of you for the opportunity that you've given me of a lifetime to help to serve people.
The first readout has not been so good for Republican candidates.
Dante, when you look at the numbers here, Democrats pretty strong.
We seem to be in very good shape and pretty much as we anticipated.
When President Obama said, Mazie Hirono is part of my Ohana in Hawaii, and I was very honored by that. You are all part of my Ohana.
I tried to call Congresswoman Hirono. We couldn't get through right now, but I know all of you join me in wishing her all the very best in representing us in Washington, D.C.
When the second printout came out and we affirmed it, I knew that I owed my deepest gratitude to one group of people, and that's all of you.
Yielding to the will of the voters is something I'm always willing to do, and I really congratulate my opponent, Colleen Hanabusa, on her second term in the U.S. House.
The Caldwell campaign train is moving. It's been climbing up the steep mountain for a year and a half now.
This kind of corrupt politics and things they did to smear Ben, it worked. It actually worked. You would never expect that in Hawaii.
This is my last election. I'm too damn old to run anymore, frankly. However, this may not be the last time you hear of a Cayetano running for office.
In our democracy, the secret to success is a very simple one. We must work together.
If we do this right, and we do come together, we can set our city and our island on a new course, unlike the last 50 years since statehood.